Hello all, welcome back to my channel. You all know the favorite day of the week is Friday. Today it's going to be two topics. I told you to start doing this live stream video. It's going to be on reading a certain story, discussing it, and it's going to be a little different. And the next topic right now, the first topic, I'm going to kind of do it different. I'm going to do the story a little bit. If I can't fit it in with this video, then I'll go back and do it on story. But right now we're talking about struggles of being a writer. We all have struggles in it. A little teeny weensy little thing that's causing us to fall back and have setbacks. I want to apologize. I'm having a late start getting on here, getting a lot of my contents together because me and my oldest daughter, she's 21, we got to do some FaceTime this morning, and she was cooking her steak. She don't like cooking no more than I like to cook. There's a lot of people that likes to cook out there, but I'm one of them that does not. So it kind of got me a little bit behind getting my videos up and started and going. So here we are. We're talking about things, struggles being a writer. And I told you I got some new more dry eraser markers. I'm using red when we're doing the story, and in black I got an outline of struggles being a writer. Yeah. I'm going to pull this up so the sun's very bright, so I see it as well. Struggles being a writer. Why do you think that we all struggle so much? All of us that is writers is actually out there doing the work, doing the blogs, doing the videos, or doing vlog videos. One of the things that I asked, and I read some of the questions on someone else's video, like a few of my mentors. I've been watching a lot of Megan's and Kim Chance. You heard me talk about her, and Gillian Perkins. They're my three favorites of all the YouTubers, the videos. They get to the point. They give you insights. They leave links and resources at the end of their videos to help you out. One of the questions that I asked, and I read some or looked at the other three ladies' videos, is about your mood. How is your mood coming about when you're, say you ain't started your book completely yet, but you're just lining things up, like your goals? Is your mood set for that time frame when you're trying to do your goals? Do you get stuck? Routine goes down each time you actually writing them out. I had no mine is actually sticking to it. I don't do the same chores every day. I might do dishes one day. The next day I don't do dishes at that moment for that little bit of time, because I don't like dirty dishes. But at that moment when I'm doing another chore goal, or goal chore, however you want to call it, I make a list of it. It might be laundry. I did laundry twice this week, Monday and Tuesday. I've done no more laundry lately. All mine's caught up. That's a type of goal. If you don't get laundry done, that's a goal that's incomplete, right? So your mood might be, well, I don't feel like doing laundry today. You're not up to it. You're going to procrastinate, put it off, and it's not going to be done far as that day. So when I'm talking about the mood here, struggles being a writer, is if your mood is not set on what you're going to do far as being a writer, then you're not going to have the mood to write, have the mood to set your goals. So to me, struggle being a writer, I mean, it took me 3 years, you all, to finish rough drafting my book, Emma and Her Mom Jane. It's a good book, and I hope you all will like it once it finally gets completed and done and all that kind of stuff. My internet's kind of lagging, so I apologize. I'm through Comporium, the only thing we got to reach out here in our section of the woods, our area, you know. We want to get Spectrum, but we don't have enough people out here that's joining in it. We get more people, I can eventually get on that and have a better internet service. So I apologize again for that. So far, nobody's on yet. Trying to give time for people to come on, let them know, hey, I am going live here, you know. I want people to collaborate with my videos or whatever we discuss. So your mood, first of all, is important. You got to have that desire and that mood to get in the right. And the things that I find appealing that helps me is a candle. You know, a light scent, nice candle to help set your mood. It helps my flow to come about. A candle with all my notes, my journal, everything I need, my eraser board. I got all that handy, my phone. So have all your material before you either make a video or before you try to start writing. It's important to be organized. So that's what I'm saying. To help set your mood, light a candle, be well organized, have everything you need laid out in front of you. So you ain't got to keep stopping, looking for things. You'll have it already there. Once you in a good mood, the next thing is figuring out you could be outlining, getting ready to outline your book. Say characters. We're going to use the blue pen when we're talking about characters. When we do the reading story, it's in the red color. Black is talking about struggles being a writer. And the red is just some little notes and things that I jotted down before I come live. So it might be listing out your characters. Hard writing like this, the way I'm positioned. But, you know, most of my live streams are in my living room because I don't have the luxury or the funds to buy those fancy cameras that everybody uses on the stand, the tripods or whatever you call them. I don't have the funds yet. It's going to take a while. Probably exactly how long it takes you to come up with the funds because you have to price and they different prices. You all can't see this. So I'm going to put it more up this way so y'all can actually see it. So I'm going to bend it down like this and bend the camera down a little bit. Can y'all see that? So if you was to get ready to outline your characters, that takes a while to build characters. It takes a while. Sometimes a couple hours a day. Sometimes to actually finish it, outlining, writing all the characters, the names you're using, you describing what they like. You know, you want to outline your characters. And that follows along with up here, your mood. If you're not in your right mood, then you're not going to follow through on trying to list your characters, if that makes sense. And, you know, like I said, it takes me an hour to 2 hours on sometimes. And when I list characters, sometimes I play around with it, and they're a total different character. Because, say, if I use example, the character Abby, and I'm fooling around doing my keywords, and I'm looking at this other character name, like the character Lucy instead of Abby. So you play around with it, and you figure out which one you think fits from what, if you're writing, you're writing a book or novel, you want to make sure your characters fit on what you're writing about. And what we're talking about now is personally talking about me at the moment, or just in general. We as writers struggle. My weak points, and this is good to talk about. A lot of people don't like to hear about their errors and their weak points, but you have to go through to better yourself and correcting your mistakes. And everybody, I'm talking about everybody out there that's writers, has struggled writing, has come across a writing blog, has had setbacks. They push it all to the side and they go do something else. We all experience that. Every one of us experience that. So you want to list your characters. You want to be in the right proper mood before you start writing or outlining your goals or your characters. And that way, that will help you overcome the most difficult struggles as being a writer, if that makes sense to y'all. So, yeah. And another thing is putting my, that's part of the grammar, putting my semicolons where they go. Sometimes I don't realize till I go back and read it, look over it, which is editing. I see some run-on sentences I have. So before you go publishing, you want to make sure you go back all that stuff. Get all that correct. And personally, since I have so much trouble with it, I prefer hiring somebody or getting a family friend or a friend to do that. So I go back and look over my work, but I don't necessarily mistake because I'm getting someone else to do that, for me. So I hope that makes somewhat bit sense. And just a few, we're going to have story time. Now, that's the part where I got behind. I'm not sure which book I'm still trying to brainstorm as I'm going over this. About your mood being a writer. Struggles being a writer. It's all about how your mood is set. And if your mood's not right, your writing for that day is not going to go very well. You're going to be stuck like you were before. So it's important to be in the right mood. Stick with your goals. Keep writing them. Stick to writing your notes and stick with writing, you all. Write. That's really important. After you outline your goals, or then wrote your characters and got them outlined, you outline your goals. Put them in order. Play around with your goals. You might not say you got 5. Dishes, cooking, writing, laundry, and feeding your animals. You might want to take all that out of that order, but in a different order. Your goals, your notes don't have to be in the same order. I used to drive myself crazy thinking, oh, if I don't keep in this order, I'm going to get confused, or I'm going to confuse other viewers, other people. You don't have to keep your goals, notes in the same order. You play around with it and scramble them up in another order. That's another way that helps you get grounded with your struggling as a writer. Like I said, keep writing. Keep up with your characters. That takes a while. Your characters fit in for your project of your book. If you don't have your characters or your goals lined up, your notes, it's going to make it hard to actually get your story to what your story is going to come about. So, yeah, my weaknesses is my grammar. It's putting my semicolons where it goes, the comma in the right place. Sometimes I capitalize in a wrong part of a paragraph or sentence, but I go back and I keep writing my own make-up sentences and I practice with it. That's what's helping me become a better writer. I've been a writer since I was 10 years old. But yeah, it's all about having your mood set, having your goals outlined, your notes written out, having your characters written out, getting a picture or an image what your character looks like. You want to tell all about that. And then you just play around with it. You can switch them up. And just say, write 3 paragraphs just on that one character. And play around with it and see what comes about once you write about just that one character. You can have more than one. But you want to stay on the same setting of what you're writing about in that character. If you're talking about Abby and then you over here talking about, say, Jane Doe, she's a fashion designer, but yet Abby's a writer, and you start jumping off on that, it's going to kind of throw the other character off. So you want to make sure your story is outlined is with the character or who you're writing about. I have several characters from my rough draft book. It's finally rough draft. I'm just now making amends, getting the project on, getting it edited still. I can't wait. I'm so excited that I finished my rough draft. I finished it last month. I didn't have no idea I was going to finish it. It took me 3 years just to rough draft it because I would procrastinate. I'd get this fear block. Oh, what if someone's going to reject it? Oh, what if they think the chapter's too long? They're too busy worrying about mistakes. That was all the fears that I had with me struggling being a writer. But to let y'all know, I'm back and I'm staying strong with it. I have to. I can't quit. I got to keep going. My goal is to get my book rough draft edited, finished, and I want to sell it. I want to get it out there for you all to read it. It's just my dream. It's been my passion, you know. And just thinking back, talking about it actually helps. I used to be camera shy. When I first started getting on here, doing my videos on here, and I'd be literally stuck. Okay, what am I going to talk about now? Okay. Then I wasn't organized. I wasn't prepared to get my video blog as me being a writer. I had to go get prepared. I had to find other contents. I had to sit down and write notes and take down all the projects that I had to do. It don't happen overnight. It takes time. Couple hours a day. Sometimes it might take me a week just to get two projects set up. I mean, everyone's different. And I have 3 wonderful mentors. Kim Chance, you all heard me talk about, Gillian Perkins, and Megan, I hope I said her name right, McCory, but it's spelled different. These ladies are awesome. They help build my self-esteem up. I've never met them personally. I wrote to them on the comments. I view a lot of their videos, and they're very inspiring. They talk about their struggles being a writer. They talk about how to set goals and try to inspire you to stick by them. It's really important. And like I said about the mood, if your mood is not in the right place, you ain't going to feel like writing. You ain't going to feel like making a chores checklist and checking them off because you're going to be in that mood. You don't want to do that certain thing. So just try to find your mood and try to stay in that good positive mood, and then that'll help get everything organized in place the way you want it to be. So yeah, that was a big time for me, a big place where I struggled. And I still struggle, y'all. I still struggle. I get so irritated. It drives me crazy because I want everything to be perfect when I write it when I know it's not going to be. And that's the part where it just it just makes me want to pull my hair out because you got these readers out here. First of all, you have to be your own judge. So in a sense, you have to kind of judge yourself. And it's even more important when you got your readers out there being the judge. You want to please them and just make them where they can't just seem to stop reading every word, every line. This is the kind of writer I want to be. That's how important it is to me. So now that's my marker thing that come off my board up here. I apologize about that. I just now noticed that. Just sticking away up here. It is important to stick to your goals, stick to what you love doing. And if you're not a writer, you're not going to really understand it. But there's some young people that's in college just taking writing courses. I like to do that, but I can't afford it. That's been one of my dreams, to take a writing course. Learn through the different steps and strategies you can go through. It's really important. That's important to me. That's why I bought this eraser board. I can write my goals. I can set up what my contents is going to be laid out. It's also laid out on my description on my channel. if you're going through a time in your life and you're struggling, rest assured, don't give up. Stick to whatever goal, whatever dreams in life you're doing. Because if you stop and you don't go no further past that stopping point, you're not going to get anywhere. So I have to constantly keep reminding myself. I put on little slips and notes in my journal. Don't quit. Keep writing. Keep writing. I leave little notes about that as a reminder. They don't have to be a goal. I can just leave a little message, a little sticky note. I can put something on my refrigerator. You know, just like sometimes you're going to get rude comments through your videos. You can't let that bring you so far down that you're just going to give up on your videos. You got to find what people likes out there. Some people likes herbs and gardens. Some people like to see videos you cooking things. I don't like cooking, so therefore the cooking blog videos ain't for me. I like to do how-to tutorials on being a writer, how to set goals, telling you not to give up, asking you to give me tips and feedback, how to better my videos. I get stuck. I'm frustrated a little bit, you know, from this whole month because I'll be growing a lot more faster. But it's not. I mean, it's growing, but it's not fast enough. I want it to grow faster. So therefore, on part of this goal, I got to work harder. I got to push extra harder. But it will get there. Sooner or later, it will get there. Just left. I appreciate you coming by. Feel free to come back. Anybody else, come on. This is an exciting video and a moment to actually go live and discussing my personal part and places in my life as a struggling writer. It's rough. It's frustrating. It makes you want to pull your hair out. I mean, I'm not jealous of other people as writers, but I'm like, boy, I wish I was right there where you at, Kim Chance. Oh, look at you, Gillian Perkins. Y'all have really made it to the top, and you're still going. I want to be like these women, and maybe one day I will be. I get cotton mouth doing a lot of talking in videos, dries your mouth out. You want to make sure you got either coffee, tea, or Mountain Dew. And today I got Mountain Dew. And my two favorite beverages is coffee and tea. Folgers. Folgers is the best coffee in the world. So yeah, that tells you how that was the topic on discussing struggles of being a writer. Setting your mood, not giving up, staying, sticking to what? If it's being a writer, keep writing. If it's doing a blogger, keep blogging. If it's been a traveler vlogger with a V, keep doing it. It's whatever you like doing. If it's you being an artist, you into pottery, whatever it may be. Don't let insults, rejections. That's the part that I mean by storms coming your way in your life. You're going to have mistakes. That's part of a storm. Rejections. Everybody's going to go through it. You just got to roll with the punches and go through all those rejections. You have to get to the rejections and the mistakes, the misunderstandings, the confusion in order to get past your writer's block or the struggles as being a writer. Now we're going to have story time. I'm going to pull out 3 books that I already have because I didn't get no new ones yesterday. I got some new markers instead. I needed extra dry eraser markers. You can lose them. They can dry out, and you always need spare. And different other colors to use for different coatings. This here is a different coating outline on my eraser board. And I finally got minutes on my phone. I've been waiting for months to get it. But like I said, when my funds being tight and low with the bills and people not paying the rent, it causes you to get low in funds to where you can't get certain materials that you needed for that month. It puts me on a kind of setback in my budget. I am very particular about my budget, what I spend, how I spend things. I'm going to be having a video coming up. It's called Spend Strategy. I don't have all the materials and the contents together yet. I just come up with an idea about it yesterday. So it's not a particular day of the week when that's going to be set up, but just stay tuned. It will be a video on that, on spending strategies, how to save money, know what fits of certain materials you have to buy for certain things. I think that'll be an interesting topic. So right now I'm going to get the 3 books. I'm kind of waiting for some of y'all to come on. Only one person come on, they left. Which they do that because they get a first subscription. If the video don't apply to them, they're going to leave. We discussed that in several other videos. These are some of my newest pens. Got red, black, and blue. And I do have a green in the other pack. I just didn't open it yet. It's sitting up there. So, yeah, these are some of my pens. This is the other pack. My spare got red and black and green. I got it last night. Part of a goodie. Because you got to have plenty of markers when you are doing your how-to or explaining things or doing goals on these dry boards. You need extra markers. It's very important to have. So, yeah, let me get the 3 books. And I want y'all to tell me which one you think I should read. And we're going to have a discussion about it. Fridays is, I have them set up in different places right now until I get more organized. As far as putting things in perspective, making more room. Space in my house is most of my viewing. I keep a lot of my books and stuff in here. I told you that this is like a little workbook. You do certain little exercises, biblical. Well, I think, part of one. I got kind of sidetracked because I was doing other projects. But you can buy this. It's your Dollar Tree. And let me see what I wrote. Wait a minute. This is my journal. That ain't it. This is my other journal where I took some more YouTube notes. I have a lot of them in here. And, shoot. I know I said I read the book, The Spring Awakening. I feel like I can just go back and read it again. I think this will be a good one. Maybe to start doing a reading story, because I discussed that in a couple other of my blog videos. But if you want me to read other ones, I will. I got to get the basket because it's way over here. And you might hear stuff falling. Just overlook it. It's like I said, I don't have a bookshelf built yet or set up because, for the simple fact, I don't have enough walls to build a bookshelf. But I'm going to have one once my place gets finished and my bedroom gets built. I have several books. I've never read this book. I read the topic. It's called The Love Letter, the national bestseller, now a major film from DreamWorks Pictures. The novel's by Kathleen Shine, or Scene. It's called The Love Letter. If you'd like me to do a story time with that, we can do reading on that. The U.S. is $6.99. Canada would be $8.99. I think I bought this at Kmart when my store Kmart was open years ago. Let's just listen to some of the viewers, read the viewers' comments right now. An elegant novel, Shine's celebration of the varieties of quiet pleasure of everyday life is an incomparable delight. This was Los Angeles time for someone that viewed it. An affair to remember, a book you won't forget. A. Entertainment Weekly. Shine is a genuine talent who knows how to make the written word not only but sexual. Sorry for that word off. The Love Letter is Summer Charmer, a romance novel not only for those who love romance. I love romance. Most of my books I buy and read is romance, love stories, or it's mystery. I used to read a lot of Nancy Drews growing up. The Notebook, I still go back and read it. And I done read it probably about average 10 times since I've owned the book. That's how good it is. So, I'm trying to see. 2006, that can't be right. Wait a minute here. But anyway, Smart, moving, and funny by turns. The love letter is delightful, perfect summer reading. It's a summer reading book. But I look at it as you can get books and read them for all time. It don't have to be summer, spring. It can be, you know, all season long, year round. But this, they're saying it's like a summer pick reading. So if you need an idea what book you like to read for the summer, the love letter. It's a good summer's reading. So that was some views that's given praise on the book. And then we have the Nicholas Sparks, the novel See Me. I think this one come out first, and then this come out. One or the other, they connect. One of them come out. 1 minute. No. This one come out 2015. This come out first, and then this one, See Me. Remember I told you about the 2x2? We was talking about in some of my videos, and then See Me. You all need to read Nicholas Sparks. Go buy as much as books you can buy and just read it. I'd say to start off, read The Notebook and The Wedding. They're like a sequel together. Read that. And if you like them, you'll like all. So would you like me to read See Me? 2x2 by Nicholas Sparks. The Love Letter, the one I showed. Read that one and discuss, or The Spring Awakening. I just love the artwork. I love this book. This is how basically want my book to be. This size, this type material, the glossy. But I heard that it costs a lot more when you get the glossy effect for your book when you go and publishing it. I just love it. The texture is just perfect for me. And the author is named T.J. Brown. I never heard of her, but it's this lady right here. She's the author of this book, and she's wonderful for what I read about. Very great author. T.J. Brown. Look her up. Look up Nicholas Sparks. If I read the really first introduction of this. She's giving thanks to her editors here. Let's see. Kind of getting behind. Okay, chapter 1. We're going to decide to read The Spring Awakening. It's the prettiest book I got, besides the Notebook and the other ones. And I keep them in my goodie basket when I buy gifts. I do the videos, and I put them all in one of my 2 baskets when I do it. Chapter 1. For anyone else, this place would have fostered a sense of serenity, if not pure bliss. Rowena Buxton felt nothing but a sad sort of detachment. The musical notes of a nearby stream were accompanied by the occasional burst of her friends' laughter. In July, the Suffolk countryside shone with a tapestry of different greens, spotted generously with yellow and pink flowers in the grass. She's very explanatory in detail. Very good picture, I can't say that word right, and imagery from what I just read from that little bit. She's got very good and stuff. Raina sat alone on a low rock wall watching her friends, also known as a cunning coterie, enjoying the impromptu picnic out of sight from the watchful eyes of society's gossiping matrions. Young women wearing muslin and carrying lacy white parcels moved indolently among young men in their light suits and straw hats. Occasionally, a summer ribbons or stirred of flowers on the women's hats, but it did little to relieve the heat that buzzed around them like bees. Visiting Somerset Abbey had been a treasure part of Rowan's childhood and contained dozens of memories just like this one, excepting the inedible pairing off, imbibing of alcohol, and smoking of expensive Turkish cigarettes. that hadn't arrived on the scene until recently. Perhaps the prior generation hid their vices better, or perhaps Rowena just hadn't noticed. See, that's a different character. I would never think of a character named Rowena if I said that right. If please somehow do an auto recording or speak it and let me know how to pronounce this name. It's spelled capital Rowena. Is it Rowena? Rowana? Rowena? I call it Rowena. That's just the easiest way to say it. And I do have trouble pronouncing some words, so overlook it. I do my best, though. I love to read, and I like reading out loud. Do you think he'll ever? Sebastian asked, coming up next to her. She startled, almost falling off the wall, and he put his arm around her waist to steady her. Who? Oh, Kit. And Victoria? Her younger sister sat with her back against the tree, organizing flowers into piles while Kit read to her M. Foster novel. Kit's dark red head was tilted close to her. No doubt Victoria was sorting herbs while Kit hoped his dedication would pay off next time he asked her to marry him. Do we hear wedding bells? Wow. He wants to marry her. Interesting. Poor sight. He has her heart. It is her hand in marriage. She won't give. What about your heart? Sebastian's eyes were grave. Rowena turned to look at her fiancé. My heart is my own. Is it really? He asked, his voice casual. She twirled the flute of champagne in her fingers before draining the glass. Of course, and you have my hand in marriage, my dear, so all is well. She ignored the pain that that tightened in her chest and banished her former lover from her mind. She just banished him. Something made her mad. She held her glass up, signaling to the servant, keeping careful watch by one of the wagons that she needed another. He was there in moments with champagne that had been kept chilled in the stream. Would you like some, sir? The servant asked Sebastian. After filling Rowena's glass, she frowned at the white gloves he wore, thinking about how ridiculous it was to have a servant wear white gloves in such heat, and on a picnic no less. The servant kept his gaze on the ground, and Rowena wondered what his name was. Like so many others in the grand estate, the serving man was anonymous, very private. She tried not to think of her and her sister's former home in London, where the servants were a valued part of the family. Perhaps when she was the mistress of Eddleston Hall, she could really get to know her servants. Sebastian waved a flask. No, very good, sir. The man left, and Sebastian turned back to Rowena. Kit's pretty stubborn. To Rowena's relief, Sebastian returned to the topic of his best friend and her little sister. Lately, he began pressing her for more affection than she was ready to give him. Their engagement was more once of convenience than love. Both had had their hearts broken, and neither wanted to risk their feelings again. They were dear friends, and their marriage would be a partnership based on mutual respect and friendship. Why was he suddenly pushing her? Enjoy his physical affection. Her body tingled at his touch, but that disturbed her as well. What kind of woman was she that her body would react this way? Two very different men, only one whom she truly had loved. Tired of her own thoughts, Rowena hopped down off the wall. Let's play some cricket, shall we? She called to the others. Alyssa, a vexatious young woman with light brown hair and dark eyes, grown from her where she reclined against a pile of soft pillows. What is it with you and Buxton's? You're all just so active, always busy doing something. Idle hands are the devil's playground, Victoria quipped. Cousin Lane jumped up with surprising eagerness. It is because our tolerance for boredom is so low. Right, Colin. She looked to her brother, who hadn't budged. Rowena knew her hadn't moved because he had a perfect view of Annalisa's college from where he was lying. Oh, come on. It isn't that hot, and we have plenty of cold water. Don't be so bloody lazy, Rowena said. Kind of blunting out there. So far, the book is so good I can't even put it down. A servant brought the necessary equipment, and there was a lot of good nature wrangling over who would be on whose team. Victoria's asthma, though much improved, still prevented her from playing any kind of sport. She had very asthma problems, and she was conscripted to keep score. In spite of the protest, the heat, and there only having 7 people on each team. The group played with a surprising zeal. I like that word zeal. Somehow that word's important to me. And why not, thought Rowena, as she waited for her turn to bat. They'd grown up doing little else besides going to school and playing games. It was what their set did. So right now, I got to look up, because sometimes I take notes on these term words, but I'll forget them if I don't use them every day. I want to look up the word zeal. That seems like a strong word here. Let's look up the word zeal a minute. Tell me the definition of zeal.
Here's the definition of zeal. Great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective.
So it's something to do with cause of objective of something. They had objective of something, a disagreement, I guess, in that little last portion I just read. Wow. It's great energy of enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective. That's what the word zeal means, and it is a noun. That's interesting. I mean, I looked it up a while back, and I went to look in my notes, so I had to refresh my memory on that. So I didn't read a whole chapter. I just read a few pages in this chapter 1. What do you think of Awakening, what I read so far? Do you think this book will be interesting enough for you all to buy? If you please comment and let me know what you thought of this entire video, me reading a story, discussing the struggles of being a writer, how to set your mood if your mood's not in the right place. Your day on that writing or your goal set for that day is not going to turn out real well. So, yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked beginnings or portions of chapter 1 of the Spring Awakening. If you like this video and the how-to or discussion talking about struggles being, let's just take it back down. I have a habit where I just keep it up there. Struggles of being a writer. You all can go buy you one of these eraser boards. $5, either at Family Dollar or Dollar General Store, one or the other. I got it. For $5, you can't beat it. You have a pen with a marker that actually comes with it, and it has a little place where you can set your pen on. I find that very fascinating. You just clip it back up there, and it will put your pen in its spot. I think it's February the 8th, or is it the 9th? Sometimes I get a day ahead. I do so many videos. It's correct, February the 8th at 2 o'clock p.m. So if you like my videos so far, feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions on about struggle for writers, how to list your goals, list your characters, feel free to comment below. And if you like my channel and like me and want to help me grow and show your love support, feel free to click that red button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all. and have a great, blessed weekend. Continue